A few things. First of all, 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme are on sale this month. So woohoo, like best month ever. So really be promoting those and starting your challenge groups. And then we will be doing a What is Coaching event on Wednesday. So anyone who wants to join in for that, it's going to be either 7 or 8 p.m. Mountain Time, our time. So let me know on that. And then Melissa, I think you're going to do an intro for Patrick. Is that right?
Yeah, so tonight we have Patrick Santiago on the call with us, and Patrick and I have been working together with Beachbody for a long time. It's been, since 2008 is when we first kind of got together up in Washington State. And Patrick has just been on our team such a foundational piece, especially in the beginning when I was a new coach. It was so incredible to have someone there that we could see like three-way calls with, that have somebody interested, and we get on the call, and I'd say my spiel, and he'd say his thing, and we'd start to collaborate and just have conversations with people that were interested. So we kind of, began to build a relationship that way, just having these like really real conversations with people about where they were at in life, how they wanted to improve their health and fitness, and what they could do in the business piece of it to not only get their own health and fitness on track, but help other people as well. So it's been kind of a very cool process to work together with Patrick. Many different phone calls we've had with many different people since the beginning, and then of course just throughout the years meeting up at different Beachbody events. It really feels like we built a family, together, a team together.
Yep.
So thank you, Patrick, for being on the call tonight. It's really an honor to have you on the call here. And maybe you can just give us some tips that you've learned over these last 8 years.
You bet. Thank you so much for getting me on the call, inviting me, letting me know you guys would want to hear what I have to say. I kind of joked with Chelsea today. I'm kind of the grandpa of the business. We've been around for 8 years, built a huge organization, big enough so that I can be free. Freedom is awesome, you guys. You can get it through this business. So I am a 5-star diamond in the Beachbody business. Have multiple diamonds and star diamonds, not only in your guys' business, but on more fronts in my downline. And $100 a week this year, I'll have somebody that makes $800,000 in 1 year. So, and they're all on my team. And I think it's because in the beginning, like Melissa said, we really kept it simple. And I will tell you, what you're going to hear today is something that I've been teaching this whole time. I've never deviated, never tried to recreate the wheel. There's a lot of shiny stars out there, I call it, the newest and latest, greatest techniques. And sometimes it looks awesome, and then it stifles your business if you don't and you can't follow through with it because you didn't develop it. And I think that's a pitfall that I would highly recommend being careful with. If you find something that works for you, you discovered it, you developed it. And that's kind of what happened with Christy on my team. She developed her own system. But if you find a shiny star from someone else and they think you can implement it, but they're not there to help you. And remember, a lot of times people in other organizations, they have no financial interest in you. Your upline always has financial interest in you. So the biggest problem is people think that they'll get help from anybody, and that's not going to be the case. Because as people's business gets so big, they're either going to try and convince you to quit, which is not good, and you're not going to be able to help you because they have no financial interest in you. That your upline does. So take the things that I'm going to share with you today. You can modify them. I've had people modify some of the things I'm going to share, but it's a simple process. The business has been simple. And I always say, do you want to be free or you want to be popular? because there's a lot of people in Beachbody that get a lot of popularity, but they're not making the kind of money that Melissa's making or I'm making or other people are making, because they're seeking the popularity and not the income for their family. So how I teach people how to build a business is for stability and purely so that you can be free. You can choose to leave your job if you want to, because being free allows you to create memories with your family. And some of you are friends with me on Facebook. If you're not, you can friend me, Patrick Santiago. You can see my lifestyle. It's not extravagant. I'm not the multi-millionaire, but I can tell you something. We do a lot of cool things because I have control of time. I don't have a regular job working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And it's because I have taught people how to build a business. And then I think the essence of what Melissa shared in her introduction, something that if you guys implement this in your business, it's the love and care for your people. Melissa knows I care about her. She knows that I want her to be successful. And when she meets my family, I know she cares about my family. And if you can build that bond, we can move mountains. But when someone's involved in the business and they're just trying to churn numbers, people can see right through that. And I'd rather have a team of 5,000 solid people than 50,000 people that will fall away in 2 years. Because then otherwise you got to go build it again. So take that to heart. My experience in this type of business and network marketing and affiliate marketing is 21 years. I started in college. So I've worked with multimillionaires that have built huge organizations that are still sticking today in other corporations. In fact, I talked to one just 2 days ago. And in fact, he sold off his company and made $5 million. So if you build a business right, the income will be there. And then if you choose to exit out, your business will be worth something because of the consistency. So let me get started with a couple things. First and foremost, you guys said I have 40 minutes. I don't normally do a 40-minute call, but I have so much information. I mean, I can talk for that. I'm going to try and break it people's brains. The first thing that I talk about, what gets if you're going to sponsor a new person, you need to get into their mind. The numbers, what I'm going to talk about, it'll make more sense for people if you get into their head and you understand why they're passionate about whatever they're passionate about in their life. And you need to get their mind right as far as understanding the reason why they're going to overcome challenges in their life, in the business, because there's a lot of things that pop up in the business. You know, you'll get people that will be really mean to you sometimes, and you need to get a thick skin to that. But there'll also be little things in your family life that will distract you from doing it. And when you have to make a decision to say, I have to put that on the side, because if I focus on this, I still will keep my job, and this will always come up in my life. Or if I say, hey, let's put this on the side, let me get free and do these habits so that I can create an income so I can choose. Then I can throw it to these problems that money will not take care of, which is the relationships that you build. That's, if you go back and listen to this call and you write those things, that's the thought process that most people get backwards. They think that they're going to take care of all these relationship things and put their business or their income producing potential on the back burner because they think, I don't want to be focused on money. I'd rather show people that I'm focused on my relationships. Well, the fact of the matter is that relationship needs a lot of time. And the problem is you got 40 hours of the day taken up by a stinking job that you need to have. But if you can create an income to replace it, you'll get back that 40 hours. And now you can focus on those important things. So you got to get in their mind why they will be willing to put that aside and get the passion to understand it's important to get this done. Number one. Number two is you need to get into their mind how to get a dream and a vision. Most people's dreams have been stolen. They're like, they don't believe in the possibilities of life. And it just depends on how they grew up. I meet people right away. They got big dreams, so I know they haven't been stolen. And typically, they're 25 years old and younger. If they're 35, 45, they've been beaten up, they've been trying all kinds of things, and they're finally settling and going, you know what, I'm just going to be happy making $80,000 a year at my job. You know what, so you need to get them to that. They got another 30 years or 40 years of their life, especially if they get in Beachbody. Because if they get into Beachbody, they're not going to die at 65. They have a better chance to be healthy. But who wants to live to 85 and not have any kind of income to enjoy life? So when you start painting that picture for people and then talk about the possibilities in life and get them to dream first about material. I always lead with material, but when you dig deeper into a dream, if you were to ask me, what was one of your dreams, Patrick? And it's like, oh, I want to have a boat. It'd be cool to have a boat. And I have a boat. And if that's all you left me with, I could throw that boat away for anything popping up. Like, I don't have money to buy it. But if you drive deeper into a dream and you say, so when you get that boat, what are you going to do? Oh, man, we're going to go on the Lake Washington, and I'm going to bring my girls, and we're going to go traveling around see all these houses and have a lot of fun. And then you ask them, so when you do that, how is that really going to make you feel? And you get into the feeling, and then, well, it's going to make me feel joyful. I get to bring happiness to my family and create memories and all of that. And then you ask them this key question. So why is it important to you that you have those feelings and memories? It's a very provocative question because most people don't think about that. Why would that make me happy? Well, why would that make me happy? Because I know that I'm going to have joy, happiness. The kids will be more excited to be my friend. I'm building a relationship, and that brings so much more prosperity and excitement to my family and so forth. Oh, really? Okay. And then you ask them again. So why is that important to you? Why do you want happiness and prosperity to your family? And they're going to say, well, if you get happy and prosperity, that means people are going to be they're going to be more apt to have greater self-images. My daughters will have more opportunities. They're going to think better. I'm going to be able to influence them. And I'm excited about that. And then you ask them again. So when you get those influences, what is that going to make you feel? You want to get down to the nitty-gritty of someone's passion. And you went away from the boat to the fact that this is something that is so inside of them that money cannot buy. It's the passion that's going to say, I want to have that relationship with my children. Or I want to have a fun time with my wife. I want to spoil my wife. I want my wife to love me like nobody else can love her, or nobody else can love me. And you get into an emotional dream. And most people spend the time on the surface of all the cars, the trucks, the houses. But you need to get into why you want the big house. What is that going to make you feel like when you get it? What is that going to bring to your family dynamics? And then they want it so bad. They're gonna be like, why am I settling for my job when that job doesn't make any of that stuff happen? But if I build the Beachbody business, it can. And the thing that they're gonna say is, well, how do you know that it can? Well, here's how you know. You can come talk to Patrick Santiago and Elma Santiago and all my 3 girls. You can ask them how they feel about this business. You can go talk to Pete Pena and Sue Pena and see how they live and say, are you guys really feeling the way that Patrick told me I could possibly feel? So there's examples that it actually works, right? So now they're going to believe that it's possible. Maybe not in their mind, but they've seen someone else were able to do it. Now the question is, so Patrick, how do I do it, right? How do I get to your level? And that's what everybody goes, how do you get to your level where you're free, Pat? Where you only work 10 hours a week, maybe, sometimes 5. How do I get to that level? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about right here. And this is the simple process that I've developed, I've shared with. It's been tweaked a little bit because Beachbody has changed some of the qualifications for Success Club, and then some of the incentives for Success Club 5 and Success Club 10 have changed. But the concept is still the same. And you guys are already doing it. I looked in my back office. You got tons of people hitting Success Club. every single week, every single month. People have been Success Club 12, Success Club All-Stars, Success Club Legends. So you guys are doing it. Just now you have business, and if you've ever watched any of my videos, it's 3 steps that I teach. There's 3, and Melissa's going to smile for me right now because she knows what I'm going to say. I'm going to say you're going to do your workout every single day, or at least 4 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week. And why would you want to do your workout? Because you're going to be your best example. You're going to be able to post on Facebook. You're going to take a picture of you sweating. And people like to follow people as an example. So you're going to do your workout. Every week you're going to do 4 to 6 workouts. Number 2, the biggest thing is you drink a Shakeology. You have to do it every day. Everybody's laughing at me. All my friends that are not in the business, I got people in the business because I was posting my shake every day. And we went on a trip and I kind of fell off of posting it, which is bad on me, naughty. But you got to drink your shake every day. Not only to post it, but it is going to change your body. I've been drinking Shakeology for 5 years, and I've maintained my weight. I'm not a Sagi. I'm not shredded, but I'm not fat. That's for sure. And just because I'm drinking my shake every single day. And what it does is it creates an example of consistency, and you need to move product. So if you don't drink a shake every day, you're probably not going to tell your people to drink it every day. And what's going to happen is they're going to postpone their Shakeology on a monthly basis. And they're going to say, I'm going to wait for another month. Well, that's not a consistent income. So you want to drink your shake every single day, and you need to be on it anyway if you want to qualify for Success Club, because you have to have 90 PV of home direct. So it's just, you have to do it. So, and number 3 is you talk to, whether you do it through social media or you do it through when you're driving around to your job, you talk to 3 to 5 people a month and get them involved in either a challenge group or get them involved to build the business for an income. Or you can even get a customer, but you want to get 3 to 5 challenge packs sold. Why? Because you're going to hit Success Club 5 or Success Club 10. And those are my 3 basic requirements that I teach people. That's it. I just say you get in. If you do that, if you only do that, I can take you to $1 million income, because I will show you, and I'm sure Chelsea and all you guys are great social media, you can leverage that example with multiple people after you get your 3 to 5 and teach them. So the 4th step that is added in is you take your 3 to 5 people and you sit down with them and you're going to teach them to do what? 1, 2, and 3. And it is the simplest thing. And all my friends and all the people in business go, is that all you do? And I said, that's all I do. Now, there's dynamics on how to talk to people. There's dynamics on how to post. There's dynamics on how to drive traffic if you want to drive traffic. But you don't need to sponsor 1,000 people in this business. I have personally enrolled maybe 45 to 50 personally enrolled people. And that I have over distributors in my business. So it's not like I'm trying to blow this out. Now, I'm not saying stop at 100 or 200. Go get as many as you want. But if you keep it simple for the average person, 1, 2, and 3, drink your Shakeology, work out, and sponsor 3 to 5, that is a very duplicatable process. Because if you would ask me to do a getting started for you, I would look at you and I'd say, okay, the person that you're introducing to me, I'm going to ask them, hey, can I ask you something? Is it tough to drink a shake every day? Could you do that? Would you do that to be free? Because everybody can drink a shake. Would you be willing to change your schedule to work out 10 minutes to 30 minutes a day? Would you do it? Or I shouldn't say even would you. Can you? Can you do it? That's all I need to know. Can you? Now, you got to have the motivation to do it, but can it be done? Absolutely, it can be done. Those 2 things absolutely can be done. And then the 3rd thing is sponsoring 3 to 5 people. People are going to say, well, that's the hard part. I don't know if I want to talk to people. That's the part that I don't like about what you guys are talking about. So here's how I get people. I always say, well, how many friends you got on Facebook? How many friends you got on Instagram? And if they're kind of balking at it, They're going to say, oh, I've got 300 to 500 people, most people. Some people have thousands, but most people have 300 people at least. And if they don't, then you need to say, you really got to get in this business because you got to make some friends. But if they have 300 to 500 people, you say, let's just put out a test a post and say, hey, I'm thinking of, getting on this challenge with my friend, and I got to drink a shake and I got to do a workout every day. But it's these programs that I see on TV. Have any of you ever heard of those programs? Body Beast, T25, or any of those? Have you guys ever heard of it? That's all you have to ask. You're not recruiting. You're just taking a survey. You want them to do a survey. Because what happens is they're going to get people that will like the post, and they will get people that will comment in the post and say, heck yeah, I've done it, or, oh yeah, I've seen it on TV. They may even have people that say, oh yeah, I tried it and it never worked. That doesn't matter. To me, it shows that they have friends that have interests in those workouts. So now they can't say they can't reach out and start a conversation with them and offer them some information. And you guys have probably great recorded calls. There's some great 5-minute promotional videos that Beachbody does. There's some great videos that Pete Pena has put out to get information to people. And all you're doing is showing them you're not trying to convince someone to get in the business. You're really just an information giver. You're a sorter. All I do is give information. It's up to them to do their due diligence, period. From day one, when Melissa got on calls with me, I would always say, hey, I'm going to send you some information. You do your due diligence. And once you do your due diligence, we can have a conversation. And if this is not for you, no big deal. If it is for you, then we can go ahead and get started. I was never a pushy person. I just wanted to make sure I had somebody I could send a message to. And with Facebook, it's so interactive. That's how you get over the objection of, I don't know if I want to talk to 3 to 5 people. Well, you're going to be a friend of theirs on Facebook. Here's what's awesome. You're going to be a friend of theirs on Facebook, and you can go look at that post, and you can actually write the post for them and say, go ahead and copy this off a text and post it in your feed, and then you can watch. And if they get responses, you first of all can see that they shouldn't have no excuses, but you also can make comments within the feed and help them create a market for them and create a buzz. And people will start making comments towards you, because here's the thing. If that person does not start building the business, you now have tapped into their network of friends, right? Where you can start building friendships with the people that if she never does it, you can pull them over to your friend network. And you can say, hey, I want to talk to you. I saw you responded that you've seen 21 Day Fix on TV to Sherry's post. And, I don't know if Sherry's going to be getting going on the challenge, but would you be interested in the challenge? And you can help her. Because then if that person says, yeah, I would love to, now you can call your person and say, hey, you didn't reach out, but I did. So I'm going to do you a favor and say, if they want to get started, do you want to get started with me? Or I can actually have them get the challenge pack through your number, because I want to help you. I want to help you to see if it works. So overcoming that number 3 is very, very simple, especially if you guys also have ways that you generate leads. We used to generate leads through Craigslist. I mean, we generate a ton of leads through Craigslist when we first started. And I have coaches, believe it or not, that are still using Craigslist, and they're getting 3 to 5 every week. It takes a little more work to talk to people, but it's still a medium to grab leads. And some of you may have other ways to get leads. So share that with them and say, here's how I'm going to overcome your objection to number 3, sponsoring 3 to 5. I have a system to generate leads for you. So those are the 3 things. And then once you get your team, so say you got your 3 to 5, you're going to go and teach them 1, 2, and 3. And now you have a call with all 15 people in your group, because you should end up with about 15. And you teach all 15 this concept. And you don't rely on the new person to work with their personally sponsored person. And I'm talking to leaders in here who have depth, who have people who sponsor people who sponsor people. But someone like Chelsea will identify a couple of key guys in that group and say, I am going to, even though they're not personally sponsored by you, Chelsea, you're going to say, I want to go in and let me take on this super Haas and I'm going to drive depth. I'm going to teach them how to duplicate this. And I will promise you it's worth it. And Melissa can speak for that because that's what I did with her and Christy. And I've helped create this huge momentum. And now Melissa and I don't have to really help that group. And they make a ton of money. Melissa makes a ton of money because we've created that momentum and taught them some simple concept. Because if I would have waited for the guys that got Melissa in to do anything, we would have never found her. And so I'm teaching you something that I did because I know it works, and you will lose out. If you want to build a stable business and you look at your sponsorship, your sponsorship drill down, and you're like, I can't get past, excuse me, I can't get past level 5 because my person on level 4 never does anything. And you know what? As a leader, you need to go down to the guy on level 5 and say, hey, my name is Melissa, or my name is Chelsea. I'm in your upline, and I want to come in and help you. Are you excited? Well, let me have a getting started with you, as if you personally sponsored them and said, so what is important to you? What is your dream? Why would that happen? You walk that process and you go, have you heard about the way that we build a business? I'm going to help you to get, do your workout, drink your shake, and you teach her as if their person, or him as if they were personally sponsored. Why? Because you never know when you're going to find somebody in depth. And when they find them, that's a gold mine for you. Because people between you and that person will end up quitting. Trust me, I've had it. And you're scratching your head and you're like, why would you quit? You got like $50,000 a week running through your business. They just don't understand. So it's up to you as a leader to go and really hunt out the diamonds in your organization and go down and make sure that you get that all done. And I have a video called Ego, Double Ego, Triple Ego. Melissa probably can share that with you. Or I'll share my YouTube page with Chelsea, and you guys can watch all my videos. I probably have 60 videos or 50 videos on my YouTube channel from 2008, 9, 10, and then I just uploaded a whole bunch from this last trip because I kind of updated some of it. But I have a system called Ego, Double Ego, Triple Ego, and it goes through the compensation plan. So it's now going down to, remember I told you the numbers? The numbers won't matter if they don't have a dream. But if they have a dream, the numbers are going to make them see the dream to be realistic. So when you watch that video, it basically takes people through the process of seeing month 1, month 2, and month 3. By month 3, I could show them how they could be making $1,500 a month to $2,000 a month. By month 4, they could be making $4,000 easily in month 4 if they really duplicate what I teach. And right now I have a gal on my team that is doing it again because I wanted to prove that someone could go diamond in a 3-month period. I went diamond in 30 days when I got in back in the olden days. But now 90 days should be really simple. So she's going to qualify next week as a down of 10, and now she's successful at 10. So she's doing the 3 things that I taught her. And I want to do that because I can put her on this call or your call. We can bring her on the call, and she can say, I just did what Pat said, and here's what I made. And she can show you guys her income. And it's proof that what I'm teaching still today can work for you guys. Okay? So that's my system. Now, whoops, sorry. What I want to talk about now, how many more minutes do we have? Melissa, how long have I been on?
You have 6 more minutes.
I have 6 more minutes. I didn't think I was talking that long. Okay, so here's the biggest thing that I'll cover before we end this call. You need to really look at your team and look at your people and figure out, you guys have all gals. So when you talk, I talk to guys, I have a lot of guys, believe it or not, on my team. But with girls, here's what you guys need to do. and I'm not sexist, so I'll just say you need to use every asset you have to attract as many people as you can. You want to know why Christy and a lot of these gals are like getting so many people? It's not because they're participating in the bikini contests and the physique contests and all of that. It's because they're fit, number one, and they're sharing it with people. And I will promise you, it's funny, but girls can go to another girl and go, "Oh, you look so beautiful. Oh, I want to do it." If I actually talk to girls about their figure, it's like taboo. They would be like, "You're weird. Are you trying to hit on me? What are you trying to do here?" So you have a better niche than I do. So use that and start creating a lot of social media with that. One of Christy's coaches does a great job, Whitney, and she does really nice pictures. I'm not talking about selfies and stuff. Sometimes you get your really nice look at your pictures and make sure if you saw it, you go, I would click on that and I would want to get more information on it. But start creating some really cool advertisements for yourself. And then here's the big secret that you guys need to think about. If you want to blow this business up with volume, you need to go after people with big following. People who have huge followings on Instagram and Facebook. You need to go and message them. And here's what you say. I just messaged the guy who is huge in another networking company. He didn't know who I was, but somebody told me this guy would be really good in your business. And all I did was I sent him a message and I said, "Hey, Tyler, this is Patrick. You don't know me. One of your buddies, one of your friends on your Facebook told me I should reach out to you because you're well connected in the industry, but I'm not looking for someone who wants to go and recruit. That's not what I'm looking for. We should talk." And that's it. And this is instant messenger. He Facebooked. Actually, first I went to one of his live videos. I liked his videos, and then I made a comment in his videos. So he just got alerted that I liked his stuff. And then I sent him a friend request. So I was right on his mind right away. And then he probably looked at my profile, saw what I did, saw my lifestyle, and he wanted to connect with me. But I now could start a conversation through instant messenger because he accepted my friendship request. And then your goal is not to my goal, maybe you guys do this, but I cannot type 20 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I go for 4 or 5 and I just say, "Dude, we should talk. Here's my cell phone. Why don't you text me a good time that we can talk?" I like to get on the phone because I love to share. And I cannot get an emotion. I cannot get a feeling through a text message, but I can if I get on the phone. So if you guys want to go after some big followings, because Beachbody is here and here to stay. So you guys need to realize that if you can get big followings, you can get a lot of people and you get into their network. And the next time we do a call, if you guys want me in another month, I can share with you some more techniques that I'm using. But it's here, guys. Everybody on your team, Chelsea, it's here. And all you guys on this call, it is the limiting beliefs that stop you guys from doing the things you already know how to do. Everything I said on here is not like rocket science, but hopefully you guys can keep it that simple with some of the people that are having a hard time with all the extra stuff that you see out there. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm here for you guys. Facebook me, Patrick Santiago. I do have a Facebook regular page, like an entrepreneur page. And then I'm building my own patricksantiago.com right now. That should be up in a couple of weeks here. So you can go on patricksantiago.com, save it as a favorite. I'll be blogging and stuff like that too. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for being on the call, Patrick. We'd definitely love to have you back whenever you have time. Got a lot of information.
Yeah, and I'm really proud of all your diamonds. You diamonds, just keep going. It is worth it. You guys have a great leader. I see Chelsea. She's laying a great foundation. I look, because I can see everybody on your team, and I see the foundation, and you've got some really solid diamonds that have built solid diamond ships, not flaky diamond ships. And then there's other people that are just coming into the fold. So just backfill and solidify all of that, and you guys will be successful. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Away with some awesome tips. So Hope everyone has a good night. Thanks for being on the call.
Thank you,
All right,
Patrick.
guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See ya. Bye.
Bye.